Hello, beautiful people. How are you? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Honest Am here, the creator and writer of the Honestly Sis newsletter, a bi-weekly newsletter geared towards millennials who are truly trying to get their shit together. And I'm here for another daily motivational video where we use the tarot to become the alchemists of our lives and to teach us how to become spiritual beings. A little bit about me: I do not just use my tarot. I use God and cusses in the same sentence. I may mispronounce some things, but if it does not stop Charlamagne and God, it will not stop me. So, angel number 23. I'm actually going to do a really quick love reading. God, what information do you have for us to become the alchemists of our lives, to help bring in divine partnerships, divine communities, allow no room for doubt or confusion? What do we need to know about our love life, God? One card only. What do we need to know about our love life? Allow no room for doubt or confusion. Excuse me. We're going to focus on trust. Ooh, I love this. Trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith. So I don't know what you may be going through in your love life. Maybe you may be, just now, maybe this, I feel like this is for either newer couples are in reconciliation, or even just couples that have recently suffered an infidelity or like a certain portrayal, but you guys are trying to work it out, which I guess that's reconciliation. But I just really feel like wherever you are in your love life right now, God is asking you to have trust and to have faith. Yeah. Because it seems like, if you see, there's like this little angel right here. So I feel like God is saying like, you may not know like what is happening in the background. Like you may not have all the complete information. So don't make a last minute choice. I also feel like this, because yes, very soon. Separation, time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So I feel like for some of you guys, you may be in separation. And so God is saying that you need to just have trust that if you do love that person, if say maybe you have done something wrong and that person walked away, God is saying, if you really love that person, I did a whole reading on this. Instead of focusing on that other person, why they walked away, why the relationship didn't work, like really just spend this time working on yourself and trusting God to deliver the love that is meant for you. And if that person is meant for you, he will definitely come back. Okay. So just have trust and have faith. But God, guardian angels, the universe, what do you want us to know about this message of trust? Why do we need to have faith during this time of separation? God, just allow us any information that you want us to know. Allow no room for doubt or confusion. Ashe. That's pretty good. Most people are just trying to survive. Just remember, most people are so beguiled by your charm, awed by your confidence, and you're inspired by your choices. They simply forget to say thank you, please, I love you like crazy as often as they feel the urge. Let's not be one of those people. I feel like what God is saying is that, your partner or whoever you may, your partner, that makes sense. Your partner may just be going through something, and that's what I hear. I feel like your partner is going through something, and what they're going through, though it may be affecting you, and you may feel like this is why you guys are in separation. Angel number 344, again, it's really like, you have to listen. I'm going to link the divine intervention reading to this, because this feels like this is a companion piece. Like it feels like God is working on something with your mate to make it to where they can be more stable. And so God is just asking you to have faith and trust that everything is going to turn out exactly how you want it to be. So instead of waiting for that person, worrying about what that person is doing, really truly focus on you and how you can become that love that you want to be. Also, just like that card says, don't be one of those people that, because you're not experiencing love, you shut down. No, just be open for love. But also know that your partner, he's just trying to survive, and there's just some things that he needs to work on. But again, if you believe this is the person that's meant for you, just have faith that everything will be okay. Okay? I can't say that enough. Have faith that everything will be okay. God, clarify this message of trust, and most people are just trying to survive. What are you trying to get us to understand about during this time of separation, to just have faith that the divine is going to provide our answers? God, what do we need to know? What is our energy towards trust? Allow no room for doubt or confusion. Yeah, I'm very interested to know, what is your energy towards trust? So the two cards that flew out, Nine of Swords that came out reversed. So maybe you've been having, actually, look at this. This came out reversed with this. And I feel like what God is saying is that to end these sleepless nights, instead of worrying about what your man is up to, what your ex is up to, staying up late at night crying, playing that shoulda woulda game, God is saying, get yourself out there. This is another thing about your platonic friendships is just as important as your romantic ones. God is saying, during this time of separation, instead of worrying about that other person, instead of allowing all of these, worst fears to dwell in your mind, God is really saying, just go out. Like, you need to get out there. You need to go have some fun. You need to stop focusing on him so much, and just really try to do the things to bring yourself in balance and for you to feel joy on the inside. But if you are always feeling this way, if you're like always just like miserable, thinking the worst case scenario, then you can never get to that excitement and the joy that's meant for you. And that honestly could be why your relationship is suffering, because you are just, you have limiting beliefs that are just like dwelling on your mind. So God is saying, release those limiting beliefs, stop worrying about the worst case scenario, and just really focus on getting out there, having more fun, being more social, and having a more well-balanced life. But don't take my word for it. Oh, look at this. Also, Eight of Wands came out. So a lot of stuff about swords and communication. So maybe the things that you're saying to yourself, how you're acting, is making you feel trapped. It's making you feel like you and this person never going to, get back together. It's never going to be okay. But God is saying that will be the case if you don't change your mind. What you need to do is release your limiting beliefs, get out there, and trust that God is going to provide. Okay? I am curious to see, like, what is blocking your energy from trusting? Like, why don't you want to trust? God, clarify this message of trust, Nine of Wands with the Three of Cups, and most people are trying. God, what is blocking us from trusting that God will deliver love in our life? What's blocking us from trusting that God is still alive and active in the love of business, God? How can we trust that by releasing the worries to you, that everything will be okay? Allow no room for doubt and confusion. Allow no room for doubt or confusion. One card, please. Okay, so the card we're going to focus on is isolation. Isolation is messing up your trust. This is what's blocking your trust. For some reason with this card of isolation, with it being blue, I feel like blue is all about the throat chakra, and maybe there is something that you're not saying, that like while you're in this separation, is things that you're not saying, and that is actually that's actually like stopping you. Let me go back. Control, Alt, Delete. You're in a period of separation, and you're isolating yourself, and you're like dwelling on your past. You're just like allowing all of the worst case scenarios to like just relive in your mind over and over. And that's not only blocking your heart, but it's also it's making you not trust people. It's making you not trust life. It's making you not trust God. And so what God is saying is that it's really a need for you to stop isolating yourself and to put yourself out there. Like, you really have to, you got to socialize more. Like, you got to stop isolating yourself. You need to start, having a well-balanced life so that you can get the love that is meant for you. I keep hearing that. Well, you need a well-balanced life. It's like you're too focused on your love life. Isolation. Sapphire blue. A childlike playfulness is hidden under sapphire seriousness. A childlike playfulness is hidden under sapphire seriousness, elegant exterior. This card denotes wealth and an ability to do anything well. Trust and loyalty are indicated. Sapphire also has a great capability of healing. So guys, confirmation, trust, two trusts came out. So it's really important for you to trust and to speak your truth. So let's see what this card has to say. I've got all that I've ever needed right here. Sapphire is blue. Occasionally he gets invited somewhere, but invariably he turns down the invitation. After all, what would he wear? He bought a tux once just in case, but won't wear it because he might spill something on it. Besides going out, let me start over. Let me calm down. Sorry, y'all. Sapphire is blue. Occasionally he gets invited somewhere, but invariably he turns the invitation down. After all, what would he wear? He bought a tux once, just in case, but won't wear it because he might spill something on it. Besides, going out will alter his routine. He's tried to meet people, but hasn't met anyone of his caliber. So Sapphire stays home alone and remains blue. Do not wait for the right time to live your life. You are on the verge of something big, but if you don't participate, it could pass you by. Sapphire does not know the difference between isolation and solitude. Do you? I'm just going to leave it there. So God is saying, do you know the difference between isolation and solitude? Solitude is when you take that time to get to know yourself, to become one with yourself, to ground down in your beliefs. But isolation is when you are given invitations, when people are trying to reach out to you, but you refuse to accept the invitation. You refuse to put yourself out there because you're so hurt, because you're so grounded in what happened to you. And so what God is saying is that you got to stop that. You have to realize that you are creating a hell that you are in. Just by these beliefs that you have, just by you allowing this negative ass thought, this situation to just recurring in your mind over and over and over again. You do know that situation wouldn't even have life. It wouldn't even be on your mind if you wasn't constantly thinking about it, right? So I don't care if you are in a relationship or you're not in a relationship. If you are in a relationship is the best thing ever, or if y'all about to break up, you're not going to make this relationship better by focusing all your energy on him. It's just not going to happen. So get your ass out the house, make some friends, and start having a well-balanced life. There is no way that you're going to be able to have a divine partnership if all you care and all you focus on is love. If the only relationship that you want to bring in is a romantic relationship, you're always going to feel like this. Like, it doesn't matter. Your relationships are always going to fail because your relationships, you're not meant to only be with one person. You're meant to experience love in all forms. So God is saying that even if you are in separation, you need to trust that God will take care of him and that trust that God will bring y'all back together if that's what you desire. But it's not going to happen by you nagging and by you trying to think your way through it. You have to release all that shit. Let it go. Go with the flow. Put yourself out there and know that though you may have had fucked up and shady friends before, that don't mean that's always going to be your life. As you get true with yourself, remember the difference between isolation and solitude. If you took that moment of solitude to get to know yourself, to know what you like and you don't like, know the things, know the crew, that's what knowing yourself. That's why knowing yourself is a cheat code, because you know the environments that you thrive in, you know the environments that you that makes you feel low, you know what people makes you feel like you're growing, and you know what people makes you shrink. So what God is trying to tell you, you've done all that work of, getting to know yourself. Now it's time to put yourself back out there. Now it's time for you to be social. Once you start putting yourself back out there, once you start being social, once you start developing a well-rounded life, then all that love and all that stuff that you want can come to you. But I feel like what God is saying is that you need to learn how to trust on the most basic level, which is your friendships first, so that you can move up and get that divine love that is truly meant for you. All right, y'all. Angel number 14. That is actually all the messages I have for you. If you made it to the end of this message, please give me a thumbs up. If you made it to the end of this message and you are confused, go ahead, give me a thumbs down. I would definitely look at the message and see if I can do better with my delivery, because I'm always trying to show improve. But if you made it to the end of this message and you are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Until we meet again, dream those dreams. Never let the internet rush you, and never ever let someone tell you what you cannot do. To clarify, this message is all about you needing to trust, you needing to drop your burdens and stop staying up late at night thinking the worst case scenario, and really to just get yourself out of your little isolation cave, put yourself out there, and know that everybody is just trying to survive and do the best that they can. All right, y'all. Angel number 15. I will see you guys later. Mwah, mwah, mwah.